Hey there. Recently my daughter got a 67% on her online Algebra I class because I tried to help her and I misguided her. The questions were, if you had a litter with litter numbers like a dog, with litter 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, you can have the same litter numbers for the dogs, but you have a individual serial number for the dogs and microchip for the dogs. And the question is, what is a function of what, and what is not a function of what? And I'm like, yeah, everything can be a function of everything, but I'm wrong. Everything cannot be a function of everything. Well, when she gave me these two questions to look at, I was like half sloshed off on vodka anyway, and I didn't look at the explanations on how to study for the quiz anyway. But I don't know, I just looked at it and I said, but anything can relate to anything, but I was wrong. Because looking at it, I said, well, you have litter mates and dogs, and you have serial numbers and microchips, and anything can be a function of anything. And that's how my mind worked. My mind saw litter mates and serial numbers and microchips, and it's all a function, and I can inverse the function. But I was wrong. And then the next question, or the previous question before that, was something about birthdays and students. Like, some students can have the same birthdays, and some students can have different birthdays. And I was thinking, well, yeah, everything can be a function of everything, but everything cannot be a function of everything. I completely forgot basic algebra. Like, is this a function? I don't know. Can you guys answer that? Is this a function? Is a line plotted? Is a vertical line a function? And is a horizontal line a function? Well, it turns out the definition of a function is you cannot have for many different inputs. You cannot have for the same input many different outputs. I was going to say you cannot have many different outputs for the same input, but that's incorrect. For a function, you can have many different outputs for the same input. That's a horizontal line. That's okay. But you cannot have many different outputs for the same input, because when you do that, you have a vertical line where the slope is 0, which is undefined. I don't know. I hope I got this idea correctly. If I didn't, I don't know. I was drunk when I answered her question, and I'm sort of drunk now. But I feel sort of bad that I got her a 67% on her Algebra 1. That's bad. But anyway, the way I understand a function can have a lot of inputs and the same output. That's okay. But a function cannot have a lot of outputs on the same input. That's not okay. You plug in x equals 1 or x equals 3 and you get a lot of different outputs. That's not okay. Anyway, that's the way I understand algebra as taught in the United States and maybe the world and maybe the planet Earth. And I feel sort of bad about it. The end.